dem Turnier war. Die Rede ist von Ruthless James Richardson. James Richardson tritt gegen einen jungen Belgier an. 23 Jahre ist er gerade mal alt und er ist schon einer aus den Top 50, die Nummer 46 der Welt. Das Schöne ist, er kann nicht nur Darts, der Mann kann auch tanzen. Der Dreammaker Dimitri van den Bergh. Wie gesagt, er kann nicht nur Darts und der Caller dieses Matches ist der Mann, der auch das Finale des World Grand Prix zuletzt gecallt hat. Der Calculator, Kirk Bevins.
Dimitri van den Bergh, given his own place in the spotlight, literally this weekend, on the stage here at the Lochalla. First night of the European Darts Trophy 2017. We're in Göttingen. This is the third match of the evening session. We've just seen one great young player fall by the wayside. Nico Bloom playing in his third European Tour event at the age of 16. His time will come, you feel. And many are saying the same thing about this man, Dimitri van den Bergh, 23 years old from Antwerp. Guaranteed his place in the European Championship later this month, up against a man who is anything but secure as far as qualifying for Hasselt is concerned, James Richardson. It's been a while since he last won on the European Tour. He's in fact gone with, well, since the European Open when he made the third round since he last enjoyed a victory on this stage, and that's why he finds himself in the predicament he is in. Paul Nicholson back alongside me for this one. Van den Bergh against Richardson, a match Richardson simply has to win. Paul.
Yes, he does. And it's not going to be easy because Van den Bergh is just tough to beat, especially Friday. He's a Friday specialist when it comes to the European Tour.
First leg is Dimitri to throw first. Game on!
But we know that James Richardson can perform. And his best performance of the year came at that European Open in beating Mark Webster. A great performance. But the following day, he played just as well, and seeing him at the thick end of European Tour events is not a foreign thing. He's done it a couple of times in the past through sheer brilliance.
$100.
There's a lot of Dimitri's darts this year, and sometimes he throws very deliberately, but tonight he's
77.
already invested in the fact that James Richardson's going to throw fast. And Dimitri's getting to that hockey very quickly.
99.
In qualifying, Dimitri came through two games.
100.
I was waiting for this.
One of them was Dirk van Dijvenbode, which in itself is a mouthful.
A tough one to negotiate.
Yes.
Not just in terms of playing him. 6-3, yeah. And
44.
Prior to that, Paul.
Prior to that,
he had a 6-1 win against the Austrian
Wilhelm Schwingenschlugel. I've been practicing that all afternoon.
60.
Best name I've seen on a result sheet in many a year. I hope we see him on the stage someday so that a referee can have that to say it. Now that's out the way, let's focus on the match.
48. Dimitri require 58.
Simple equation is 18 and tops. It's a hold throw in his first leg, and he can't even hit the big number.
Yeah, you say a simple equation, but just readjusting, staying there.
Game shot on the first leg. Dimitri Vandenberg.
And a good recovery
James to throw first.
From Dimitri Vandenberg there.
Well, the records will reflect that he got 58 and 3 darts. It doesn't actually show how he got it.
96.
He got it, and he's 1-0 up.
Vandenberg continues to do some good stuff on the development tour as well. 3 titles this year, matching 93. The 3 that he won on the development tour in 2014. 2 finals as well, and a couple of semi-final appearances to his name in 2017.
140.
Best performance on the Pro Tour this year was a run to the last 8 in Barnsley in July, and he's made the last 16 in Europe on 3 occasions as
81.
well. So it has been a really good year for him, I think, by and large, Dimitri Vandenberg. He's had a couple of lows here and there, but when you look at the bigger picture,
95.
It just shows an upward trajectory, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, he's a class act. He's a really good talent. He's got some showmanship, as we've seen at the very start of the stage.
Yeah, he's not shy, not lacking in confidence, is he? Now then, James Richardson looking at the big one.
On the second
what a way
James
to level
Richardson.
it up. 170 checkout.
Legs Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
Well. Look what it means. James Richardson giving it the full gun with 170 to level the match. That's just knocked Vandenberg off his stride somewhat.
That's what James Richardson does. He throws the rule book out the window sometimes and just says, you know what, if the shot's there, I'm going to hit it. And on many, many occasions
58.
this year, he just goes for it. Didn't even think about a 10 or an 18. And one of the reasons why he hit it so well is because he knew
83.
that he was going for it from the very start. You've seen people, even today,
60.
be in 2 minds about, shall I go there, shall I go here? James knew exactly what he was doing, and that made it easier for him to hit it. It's a good lesson for
96.
people out there trying to get better. If you know what to do before you've even thrown the first dart, you'll be in a better rhythm come the 3rd dart.
59.
So the message is, get your mind made up early on.
Absolutely. Know what you're going to do before you do it, and just do it.
98.
Seems very simple in theory, doesn't it? But it isn't that easy. But these guys make it look easy.
41. Dimitri require 84.
Well, this is a very sluggish leg from James Richardson. 218 scored after 12 darts. Vandenberg down to 84 minus these.
Game shot on the 3rd leg. Dimitri Vandenberg. 4 legs, James to throw
Very nice
first.
indeed.
Back on track. Yeah, good response that from Dimitri Vandenberg after Richardson's 170 checkout.
134.
£10,000 on the European Order of Merit for James Richardson. As I said, a first-round defeat by Keegan Brown in Mannheim. Didn't qualify for Riesa, didn't qualify for Maastricht. So his most recent wins came at the European Darts Open, where he actually made it to the 3rd round, losing to Dave Chisnell. Just 1 quarter-final appearance on the Pro Tour this year as well, though, which is, if he said that to many people at the start of the year, I think many people would have been surprised by that. And
57.
Since that quarter-final appearance, he's made just 1 run to the last 16 as well, so it's not really happened for him as far as the results on the Pro Tour are concerned.
66.
That's a good recovery from James. First 2 darts, only just wide, but his ability to adjust to the left
99.
could prove vital in this leg. That's a better first dart. And he can put them together.
140.
Yeah, he came through qualifying. James Richardson fairly comfortably took out Simon Stevenson.
99. James require 103.
And then Josh Payne, someone who did very well in the last European Tour event. Vandenberg looking at 3 bulls.
59. Dimitri require
I'm sure he won't
150.
go that way. But the equivalent.
It would be great if he did. But he won't. He goes for the more orthodox routes.
100. Dimitri require 44.
Battle of the 2 darters. 4 for tops. Conventional.
Game shot on the
Very
fourth leg.
effective.
James Richardson.
2-2.
Bit like it's Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
3 bulls has been hitting a leg on the Pro Tour to finish 150. I think we may have talked about it earlier in the season. Dave Pallett tried to do it to Michael van
58.
Gerwen. Michael took note. Then later in the game, he left 150 and Michael hit it.
Because that's what he'll do.
83.
First time I ever heard of someone doing that in a competitive game was in Australia. And Simon Whitlock was playing Eddie Sims, someone who has
136.
graced the Lakeside stage and a great Victorian player and Australian representative. Simon Whitlock left 150.
96.
Eddie was on a double apparently, and this is the story I heard. This is for a big tournament as well. And Simon went bull, bull, bull for the title.
83.
Quite the crescendo to that tournament, but this is the only one we're concerned with
140.
right now. And this is a better leg from James Richardson, putting a bit of pressure on Dimitri.
Yeah, he certainly is. And you suspect whoever gets down to a
140.
finish first, or whoever gets down to a double first, may well take it out, because we've had no doubles missed so far. Both players 2 from 2.
60. Dimitri require
There's a good
84.
pace to this game. They're not hanging about. If you've made a cup of tea to watch it, it might just be tepid enough by the time it's done. Double 11.
Game shot on the
that's
fifth
really
leg.
good, you
Dimitri
know.
Van den Bergh.
Tell
Bit
you
like it's
what,
James to
the
throw
finishing
first.
in this match
Game on.
has been absolutely exemplary. 3 from 3 for Van den Bergh, 2 from 2 for Richardson, including that bull
100.
in the 170 checkout. No 180 so far, but the finishing has been really eye-catching from both players. And on we go.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be
99.
a double on this dartboard, because if a player leaves it, it's going to get hit.
And now we see
140.
in all its glory.
Yeah, winner of this one gets the man who's defending a lot of
100.
money this week on his rolling order of merit for seedings.
Yeah, £25,000 for Alan Norris to defend. That's the
123.
thing. You win a big tournament, you've got to defend it sooner or later.
Correct.
You know, you've got to defend the cash, the money, the points on the rankings board sooner or later.
Yeah, these days you've got to defend everything twice.
138.
Defending on your rankings
138.
for your seeding, and then you've got to defend it on your world order of merit the following year.
98. Dimitri require 164.
Well, if he gets the first 2 parts of the equation here, you might fancy him, but he won't. James
92.
Richardson has already
Dimitri require
taken tops
40.
out today. We've had a missed dart at a double.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
But
James
the
Richardson.
visit
7th leg is
is
Dimitri
good
to throw
enough.
first. Game on.
Not for long. I had a funny feeling when he missed that double that the next one was going in. You're absolutely right, Rob.
42.
When they leave a double, it's almost just leg over. You might as well just give it to them. But it could be
100.
missed darts at doubles that could swing this match. Right now, they're not separated. Be it a bit of brilliance or potentially 1 or 2 missed doubles
100.
could separate them, and it could then tell the story for where James Richardson goes later in the season.
85.
6 holes of throw so far, the sort of match that could well go to penalties. Although Van den Bergh's used to that, isn't he? He had that shootout with Robert Thornton at the Grand Slam, that 9-dart shootout at the Grand Slam
99.
last year. Missing out on a place in the last 16 at Civic Hall in Wolverhampton. Oh, lovely camera shot, lovely stuff from Richardson here.
140.
You've reminded me, Rob, actually I need to have a chat with our spotter, Richard Ashdown, about penalty shootouts in darts. I'm sure there used to be something
It'd be great.
where they used to go for bullseyes.
96.
It was 4 or 5 visits. If you hit the bull, that was like scoring a goal. But if you missed with all 3 darts, be classed as a miss.
100.
I think that's better than a 9-dart shootout.
I think, or if you get a situation here where it goes to the 11th leg, let the other player have the chance to level it up at 6-6 and then have a little penalty shootout.
96.
Yeah, that would be fun.
76.
Certainly in the semi-finals onwards, just to eradicate the need for a bull-off.
Game shot on the
Tops
7th
again
leg.
for the third successive leg.
He like it's James to throw first.
And the break.
It's the break that we've waited for. Bergh can't give chances to what is a very aggressive James Richardson this evening. He can't wait to get back to the board. It's like a hamster in a wheel that's being powered by a
96.
jet engine.
It's a really good match to watch this, actually. It's just ticking over nicely, and both players scoring
121.
well. Okay, the averages are nothing spectacular, but both players are scoring well in patches, but the finishing, I can't recall a match where the finishing has been, in the early stages of a tournament, I should say, where the finishing has been such a high standard. 4 from 5, plays 3 from 3, and as I say, Richardson tidied it up in the visit anyway.
100.
So effectively, both players foot perfect on their finishing so far. No 180s so far. Could well change, but even if it doesn't really matter.
136.
And again, it's been this good. It's very, very unusual. Almost eerie that there's been no 180s.
Might be one here, though, Paul.
I hope not. For James's sake.
Oh, gosh, yeah, sorry.
140.
That's a very good 140 in the end.
That'll do, yeah. Just lost sight of where I was there for a moment, getting carried away.
I just get the feeling that Dimitri is being swept into a really swift game because of the pace of Richardson, who again doesn't miss tops.
That leg is Dimitri to throw
Ruthless
first.
by name, ruthless by nature. The man with the Darts for Heroes shirt is absolutely bossing it in the last few legs.
He certainly is. Tops,
134.
Tops. In the last 3 legs, he's taken it out in 4 visits now. And, well, if Bergh finds himself with Richardson on 40, he had better start saying his prayers, because James Richardson is not in the mood to give up anything on the double so far today.
Well, other players take note. If you've got an agenda and you want to get it done, just look at what James Richardson's doing, getting on with it. And right now, I can't see him losing this match, because he will give himself an opportunity to take it out. But fair play to Dimitri. He's throwing everything he's got back at him. Bullseye has got to be the shot here.
60.
Good thinking.
146.
Just in case, Dimitri. Well, he's not going to take it out. So 167 all of a sudden is to take this contest.
167.
Oh dear. Well, fill it up.
3 score.
Fill it up, James.
Dimitri require 86.
Look on the bright side, he's left a finish.
At least he's not left himself a bogey number there, Paul. Yep, absolutely. Bergh looking at 86 to get another leg on the board. 82 away now. That's awkward. And he's not there yet, is he?
46.
Tell you what, if James Richardson takes this out, that last visit will be the best 3 ever hit. He's going to leave a double, is he?
95.
Not quite.
Dimitri require 40.
Well, Dimmy, this has got to go. To do with Richardson taking this one for him. Oh, it's a long way south as well. Double 10 then instead.
30.
That's a good inch inside the wire as well.
69.
And James Richardson 69 away from a place in round 2. He's now 50 away. 10 for tops. Where else?
Game shot.
Where else indeed for James Richardson? 5 times in that one he took out tops. The other time he took out the ball on a 170 checkout. And just look at those numbers. James Richardson 6 from 7 on his doubles. That is pretty exemplary. Not a single 180 in that match, but it doesn't matter. James Richardson with some absolutely brutal finishing, and a performance, I reckon, that will make 1 or 2 people sit up and take notice, especially Alan Norris, his opponent, in the next round. Richardson through. Bergh on his way out. On the way next, another Germany-Holland clash for you. On the stage here, Jeffrey de Zwaan against Rene Idams Items back on the big stage once again on the European Tour. Let's grab a quick word with the latest winner, James Richardson with El Mapo.
Wow. Ich soll euch sagen, er hat keine Flights, er hat keine Schäfte, er hat einfach keiner dabei. They don't believe you.
Got to play tomorrow.
Also vielleicht morgen bringt er sie dann extra mit, wenn morgen da ist. James, a very good match on the doubles. Checkout percentage of 86. You just missed one, and the 170 finish. I mean, that was brilliant.
Yeah, 170. Never done it on these sort of stages, but it wasn't a very good game. Dimitri will agree with that, but I'm happy with the win. It may secure me in the World Championships. It may secure me in the European Championships. I don't know, but I'm back tomorrow against Alan Norris, good friend of mine. So I'm just happy to win. Dimitri would have been happy to win as well. So well played, Dimitri. He's a good lad. He's got a good future as well.
But interesting weeks now, huh, to qualify for the European Championship, for the World Championships. Can happen, a lot of things.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks. I've been looking on the rankings. It's been up and down like a bloody horse draws, but you know, I'm in it, so hopefully I can stay there.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, James. James Richardson. Der sagt für ihn ein ganz wichtiger Sieg, weil